Today I'm going to do something that I haven't bothered to think about for a while, but now all of a sudden I am. I got a couple replacement pins there. I think those are about as close as I'm going to be able to get. And I'm going to try tackling replacing the pins on my tailgate. See if I'm going to be able to get close enough to tell. That hinge isn't bad. Then we migrate this way. This one's really jacked. Look at the side of it. The hinge is totally busted away from the base. So I've got to take it apart and weld it and then put a new pin in it, and let's hope that it's gonna cooperate with me and want to actually work out. Those of you who are a little bit observant, yes, the batteries are back in, which means that the stereo has been farted around with a bit and it does work again. So let's get this show on the road here. Well, I got the wiring out of the tailgate. I've never done this before. I've never removed the tailgate before, so it took me a little bit of time to get in there, and it didn't help that I had everything covered in Dynamat. But for the record, those of you that have been following me for a while know that that Dynamat was put in several years ago. We're probably talking 6 years at this point. It's still sticking like crazy. I had to cut it and peel it and rip it off, so that's kind of cool to know that this product is still hanging on really well. So there's a solenoid inside this tailgate that pops the rear glass open when it's a blazer. So I had to disconnect that, and I've now got the wiring pulled out of the tailgate. Next is to pull off that spring tensioner that helps you with lifting and lowering that gate. Once that's out of the way, I can take the pins out, I can take the straps off, and then the whole gate should come right off the truck, and I'll be able to start working on repairing those hinges. Depending on accessibility, the bumper might also come off, but we'll kind of play it by ear and see where we get. So I'm going to keep moving forward and see what's up next. So the straps are held on with the 8mm bolt. The straps are still in good condition here. Not split, cracked. So I've got the tailgate supported now with my leg. This pin I'll have to slide right out. It's going. Okay, that pin is right out. Now this one is just a broken ass bolt. There she goes. It wasn't as difficult as I expected it to be, which is a nice treat. Obviously, I've neglected cleaning my truck here. Look at that mess. Anyways, this is the hinge that I have to actually do some repairs on. I've got to take the rest of it off of the tailgate, and then I'll have it ready to go. Then I'm going to go and clean it all up, and I've got some primer and gloss black, as well as some clear coat that I'm going to use and spray inside that area. You could see spots where from the factory it was never really covered up that well. Not that you're even going to see it when the tailgate's on, but I know it's there, so that means I'm going to fix it. Now, I'll probably, I don't know about this bumper cover. It's pretty damn close to be welding near there. I think that's going to come off too, and that'll give me a chance to clean everything up really nice. So I'm going to take that off real fast. Alright, so I've gone and I took a file and I cleaned up all the metal around the mating surface where this hinge used to be. It still fits in pretty well. The way that it broke, it's kind of like a puzzle piece. It fits in pretty tight. So I should be able to hold that and tack weld and then finish weld it and then grind it down, smooth it out a little ways, and hopefully I'll get good enough penetration that it'll stay together. So I'm going to bust out the welder. I don't think I can film it with this camera, but I will certainly update you guys. Also, just a word to the wise here. When you're going to pull that plastic trim off, be prepared, because I think I broke almost every single retaining pin that holds that trim on, so I'll have to sort out a way to get that trim on again, but worst case I'll leave it off for now and I'll just get a replacement. I'm sure the bumper could use a bit of love anyways, There's some spots that are scratched and rusted on it, so maybe it's time to just bite the bullet and do the bumper anyways. But anyway, I'm going to get that weld set and see what we can make of this thing. Well, I'm not a welder, and that's blatantly obvious here. However, I was able to get a weld on all sides of it, and it seems to be very solid, and of course it's lined up with the other hole. The old pin, which is now undersized for what the new one will be, rolls right through without any interference. So that's a good thing. I've got to drill those out to accommodate the larger pins that I bought for replacement with the new bushings. But right now I'm going to hit it with some primer, and then I've got some gloss black and then some clear coat top, and I'm probably going to spray a little bit in here too where it's kind of lacking some paint. However, it should just take me a minute to do that, so when I come back here you will see everything painted. Alrighty, so after welding and then grinding and painting and drilling and all that fun stuff, I finally have the new hinge pins in place. Let's see if I can't get you guys to actually see something there. This one slid right in with no issue. I have to tap it in a little ways further and then put on the retaining clamps that come with. This side here, it's a little bit tight. I'm just going to tap that with a hammer and it should drive the rest of the way in. But so far, it's starting to look like it's going to function all right. I'm going to get those pins in right now, and we're going to see in a second how it operates. I don't have a lot of the hardware in the tailgate right now, but it certainly stays a lot stiffer than it had. I'm going to put those retainers on. Alright, I just finished putting it all back together. The hinges are nice and solid now. The gate closes really well. Excellent. Exactly what it should be.